What's up guys, my name is Ace, and last night we got the pre-season 1 update for Black Ops Cold War, and with this we got our weapon balancing as well as a nerf to the Flak Jacket perk. Now, at the time of recording this video, we still don't have the official patch notes out yet. I do know a bunch of the weapon changes that happened, but I want to make sure when I make the video talking about weapon changes, I want to be as thorough as possible and cover everything. So that part, I'm going to be waiting for the full patch notes. However, I did want to cover this Flak Jacket nerf first, so that'll be today's first video. There might be another one coming later today, because that's something that I do have proper testing with, pre-patch as well as post-patch. So let's just hop right into it, and the first thing we're going to look at here is the C4 against Flak Jacket pre-patch. And as you can see here, when that C4 is directly below the feet of the enemy player while they're using Flak Jacket, pre-patch you would deal 76 damage to that player. It's worth noting that if they didn't have Flak Jacket here, that would definitely be an insta-kill, and in fact, it deals more than 200 damage. That's the highest value I can test for in custom games. But yeah, with Flak Jacket pre-patch, it was 76 damage, and now, post-patch, performing that exact same test, again, the enemy has Flak Jacket on, I now deal 98 damage to that player. So definitely a nerf to Flak Jacket, but I mean, it's still going to be protecting you from a single explosive, and it will still take 2 C4s to take you down, assuming those C4s are right at your feet. Next up, I did want to test one of the launchers as well, so I used the RPG, and it's worth noting that without Flak Jacket, if you shoot right next to that player's foot, but you don't hit them directly, you won't be killing them with the RPG if they have full health. You will be dealing about 141 damage. So using that as a baseline, pre-patch, if they had Flak Jacket equipped, and you did the exact same thing, you shot that rocket right next to their feet, you would only be dealing 49 damage. So that's about a 65% reduction to the amount of damage you're dealing to that player with Flak Jacket. And that also means pre-patch with an RPG, it would take 4 rockets shot right below their feet in order to get a kill, which is absolutely insane. It's also worth noting that pre-patch, if the enemy was using Flak Jacket, even a direct impact with that launcher wouldn't kill that player. So again, that's an absolutely crazy result, and you could really see why Flak Jacket did need a nerf, because a direct impact rocket should absolutely kill you no matter what, in my opinion at least. So taking a look at that same thing post-patch, when I shoot directly next to their feet, I'm now dealing 61 damage to that enemy player that's using Flak Jacket. So this is now about a 55% reduction to your damage rather than a 65% reduction, and it might seem like a fairly minimal change, but now what this means is it takes 3 rockets right next to their feet to kill them instead of 4, and also it's worth noting that a direct impact with either of the launchers, the Sigma or the RPG, will now be a guaranteed kill even if the enemy is using Flak Jacket. So this is going to make those launcher camos a lot easier than they were before, although it still is a little bit crazy that it takes 3 rockets shot right next to their feet to get a kill on them, but at least it's going to be a bit easier than it was before. Now, I'm sure there's a bunch of people that are also wondering, what about hardcore game modes? How does Flak Jacket work in hardcore against these launchers, for instance? And unfortunately, I didn't think to test this pre-patch, but I can show you what it looks like post-patch. If the enemy's using Flak Jacket in hardcore modes, an RPG shot right next to their feet will only deal 12 damage to them out of their 28 total health. So this means even in hardcore game modes, it's going to take 3 rockets that aren't direct impacts in order to kill somebody, and this is post-patch after the nerf. However, it is worth mentioning in hardcore, if you get a direct impact with the launcher, then yes, it will still be a one-hit kill. And what this means is if you are going for launcher camos, there's really not much of a benefit at all for going into hardcore modes because it's still going to take you the exact same number of rockets to kill that person if they're using Flak Jacket. But in hardcore, they can kill you in 1 bullet, whereas in core, it's going to take them about 5 bullets, depending on the gun that you're using. So you're definitely better off sticking to core game modes for those launcher camos and really try to hit those direct impacts because that's the only way you're going to get a one-hit kill on a full health enemy that's using Flak Jacket. And with that, that pretty much covers the nerf to Flak Jackets. Now for my thoughts on this. Personally, I definitely felt like Flak Jacket did need a nerf, and that's coming from somebody that uses Flak Jacket on pretty much every one of my classes. I think it was insane that a direct impact launcher wouldn't kill you with Flak Jacket, and also it took 4 rocket shots right next to your feet to take you down. That's just clearly way too powerful, or the launchers are clearly way too weak. And I've got to say, post-patch, it's definitely an improvement, but I still don't feel like it should take 3 rocket shots right next to somebody's feet to kill them. I honestly think 2 should do it. So I really wouldn't have been opposed to even more of a nerf to Flak Jacket, or at least a damage buff to the launchers alongside this nerf to Flak Jacket. To me at least, the perfect Flak Jacket is something that will always protect you from one single explosive as long as you had full health going into that fight. But that one explosive should leave you pretty significantly damaged so that you're pretty easy to kill after that. That is just my opinion though, not really complaining about this nerf at all. I just feel like it could have been taken a little bit further and I wouldn't have any complaints about that. Of course, those are just my thoughts about this. I'd like to know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on this nerf to the Flak Jacket perk? Are you happy with this nerf? Are you unhappy with it? Do you think they took it too far or not far enough? Just let me know those thoughts in the comment section down below. Now make sure you guys stay tuned. I will have a video coming later today, depending on when they put their patch notes out, talking about all of the weapon balancing changes in great detail. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that so you don't miss out on that video. And if you enjoyed this one, a like rating is always appreciated. I'll talk to you guys next time.